Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, and I need you to hear me loud and clear. You've been through the fire, the heat, the struggle. You've been knocked down time and time again, but you've never stayed down. And you're sitting there thinking, why me? Why this? Why now? But let me tell you, that's exactly why. That's why God's about to bless you in ways you can't even fathom yet. See, it's the ones who've been through the storm, the ones who've weathered the pain, the ones who've cried the tears and still kept pushing forward. Those are the ones God favors. And you've been faithful. You've endured. You didn't give up even when the odds were stacked against you. You kept trusting, kept believing, even when it didn't make sense. And now your time is coming. Don't you dare think for a second that your suffering was in vain. Don't you dare let anyone tell you that you don't deserve what's coming. God sees you. He knows your heart, and He's about to open doors you never thought possible. Opportunities that were once out of reach. He's putting them in your hands now. You're about to see favor in places you never expected. And that's not just a coincidence. That's divine timing. And let me tell you something about peace. When the world's spinning out of control, when everyone else is losing their minds, you're going to stand firm. You're going to stand tall because God's giving you peace that passes all understanding. There's a calm in your spirit, and that calm is the assurance that He's got you. So when people start questioning your blessing, when they start wondering why it's all happening for you, just smile. Let them wonder. Because you know what's coming next. You know the favor that's on your life. You know that your breakthrough is on the way, and it's bigger than anything you could have ever imagined. Get ready. Get ready, because God's about to show the world His favorite woman. And guess what? That woman is you. You've been chosen. You've been tested, and now you're about to walk into the promise that was always meant for you. So stand tall, hold your head high, and know that God is about to bless you in a way that leaves no room for doubt. Your blessing is on the way. Believe it. Expect it. It's already done. You faced storms that seemed relentless, storms that tested your strength and will to keep going. Life hasn't always been easy, and it hasn't always been fair. Yet, through every trial, through every moment of doubt and uncertainty, you stood tall. When others crumbled, you remained standing, weathering the winds and the rain with a heart full of faith. There were times when you thought the storm would never end, when it felt like it was consuming every part of you. But even in the midst of it all, you held on. You clung to the belief that there was something greater. On the other side of this struggle, the winds may have howled, the waves may have crashed, and the thunder may have roared in your life. But you never gave up. You kept moving forward, even when it felt like you were walking through the storm with no end in sight. It wasn't easy, and at times, you wanted to throw in the towel. But something inside you wouldn't let you. It was your resilience, your unwavering faith that no matter how hard it got, you were going to make it. And that's exactly why you're here today. You've endured. It's not just about surviving. It's about growing stronger in the process. Every storm you've faced has molded you, shaping you into a woman who knows her worth, who knows her power, and who knows that she can face anything life throws her way. The strength you've gained through these storms isn't just physical or emotional. It's spiritual. You've learned how to rely on something greater than yourself, and that faith has carried you through even the darkest of days. Divine timing is something that can't be rushed or forced. It's a rhythm that flows from the heavens, aligning the universe in a way that makes everything fall into place at the exact moment it's meant to. You've waited. You've prayed. You've wondered why things haven't happened yet, why your dreams haven't manifested, or why the pieces of your life haven't seemed to fit together the way you imagined. But what you might not realize is that this wait is not a sign of denial. It's a sign of preparation. God is aligning things in a way that's meant for your highest good. Every delay, every moment of waiting is creating space for something greater. In your human impatience, it's easy to question why things aren't happening on your timetable. But divine timing knows something you don't. It knows that certain things must happen at a specific time in order for the next chapter of your life to unfold perfectly. The people you need to meet, the lessons you need to learn, the obstacles you need to overcome, they all play a role in setting the stage for your blessing. And God knows exactly when those moments need to occur. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And sometimes the waiting period is the most important part. It's in that time of patience that your character is built, your heart is strengthened, and your faith is deepened. Divine timing isn't about rushing ahead or trying to force things. It's about trusting that everything is being orchestrated just for you in ways you can't see yet, but will one day understand. New opportunities are on the horizon, and they are coming in ways you've never imagined. For a long time, you might have felt stuck, like you were running in circles, trying to break free, but finding no way out. You've given everything you've had to the work, the relationships, the dreams, and still it seemed like nothing was changing. But what you didn't realize was that God was preparing you for something bigger. Now, the doors that once seemed locked are swinging open, offering you paths you couldn't see before. It's not just about a new job or a new relationship. It's about a new way of seeing the world. The opportunities that are unfolding now are not just external, they're internal too. You're being given a chance to grow in ways you never expected. Your perspective is shifting. What seemed like obstacles are now stepping stones, guiding you to something greater. The skills you've learned, the wisdom you've gained, the strength you've developed, they are all being put to use. You're about to step into a place where your potential is fully realized. What once felt like setbacks are actually setups for your breakthrough. These new opportunities are not just random, they are divinely orchestrated. God knows exactly what you need, and He is bringing those opportunities into your life at the right time. You don't have to chase them or force them. They're coming to you, finding you in the places you least expect. Whether it's a new connection, a new project, or a new chapter of your life, this season is one of expansion, growth, and fresh starts. You're about to see your life shift in ways you couldn't even fathom, and it's all because new opportunities are coming your way. Favor is about to show up in places you least expect, and it's going to change everything. You've worked hard, stayed faithful, and done your best, but there were moments when it felt like you weren't getting the recognition or support you deserved. You may have looked around and wondered why others were getting ahead while your efforts seemed to go unnoticed. But here's the truth. God's favor is not confined to the places you think it should be. It doesn't always come through the people you expect, and it doesn't always show up in the ways you imagine. Sometimes favor arrives through people who barely know you, who see something in you that you didn't even recognize in yourself. It shows up in the form of a new connection, an unexpected opportunity, or a helping hand from someone you least thought would offer it. God knows exactly where to send his blessings, and sometimes he sends them to the most unexpected places, people, and situations. It's as if the universe is aligning to make sure you get exactly what you need when you need it. The favor that's about to find you might come from a stranger or from a person who's been watching you from afar, seeing your potential long before you realized it. It might be a breakthrough that happens quietly with no fanfare, but the impact will be undeniable. God is about to elevate you in ways that defy all logic. He's orchestrating your life in such a way that blessings are being sent your way from places that you never even thought to look. Watch closely, because favor is showing up in unexpected places. And when it does, it will leave you in awe. Restoration is more than just getting back what you've lost. It's about gaining something better, something stronger, and more resilient than what was taken. You faced loss, whether it was a relationship, a dream, an opportunity, or even a piece of yourself. And in those moments of pain, you might have wondered if you'd ever recover, if you'd ever feel whole again. But God doesn't just restore what was lost, he restores it with purpose. The things that seemed to slip away were never truly gone. They were being prepared for a return that would bring you more than you could have ever imagined. Restoration often comes in the form of healing, and that healing doesn't happen all at once. It's a process, a journey that begins with surrendering the hurt, the disappointment, and the scars. It's about acknowledging that your past does not define you, but it has shaped you into someone stronger, wiser, and more equipped for what's ahead. What you thought you had lost forever is now making its way back to you, not in the same form, but in a way that will make you realize it was all worth it. You might not see it yet, but God is restoring more than what was taken. He's restoring your faith, your joy, your confidence, and your sense of self. He's taking what was broken and turning it into something beautiful. Relationships will be healed, opportunities will be opened, and dreams you thought were long buried will begin to resurface in a way that exceeds your expectations. Restoration isn't just about replacing the old. It's about creating something new, something greater, something that will stand the test of time. And when it comes, you'll know that it was worth every moment of waiting, every tear, and every trial. Peace in the storm is not about the absence of chaos. It's about finding calm in the midst of it. When life feels like it's spinning out of control, when everything around you is falling apart, there's a stillness that rises up within you. It's a peace that doesn't make sense, a peace that goes beyond understanding. You faced moments when everything seemed overwhelming, the weight of the world pressing down on you, the noise of life drowning out your thoughts, the uncertainty clouding your vision. But even in those times, you found something deep within that kept you grounded. It's in those stormy moments that God's peace shows up in the most powerful way. It doesn't mean the storm stops immediately or that everything instantly resolves, but it means that you are no longer moved by the turbulence. You become anchored, knowing that no matter what the world throws at you, you will stand firm. This peace doesn't come from external circumstances. It comes from a trust that God is in control, that He has you covered, and that He's working things out for your good. When you experience peace in the storm, it's a sign of spiritual maturity. It's a testament to how far you've come, how much you've grown. You no longer need everything to be perfect around you because you know that your strength comes from within. That peace is your foundation, and it allows you to move through the chaos with grace and clarity. It's a peace that gives you the power to keep going even when you're exhausted, to keep smiling even when your heart is heavy, and to keep believing even when the world says otherwise. A shift in your circle is one of the most powerful signs that God is preparing you for something greater. Over time, you may have noticed people starting to fade out of your life. Friends, family, colleagues, those who once seemed integral to your journey. But now, their presence no longer aligns with where you're going. It's a painful process, watching relationships change or even dissolve completely. But it's also necessary. God's favor in your life often requires the removal of people who are no longer meant to be a part of your story. This shift is not a reflection of who you are. It's about aligning with your purpose and moving toward the destiny that awaits you. As certain people exit, others begin to enter. New connections are forming. People who will inspire you, challenge you, and uplift you in ways you never imagined. These new individuals are placed in your life not by accident, but by divine orchestration. They will support you, understand your vision, and encourage you to step into the fullness of who you are. Some of these people may not even look like what you expected, but they'll offer wisdom, opportunities, and perspectives that align with your higher calling. This shift isn't just about the people who leave or arrive. It's about the evolution of you. As you grow, so must your circle. The more you elevate, the more your relationships will reflect your growth. The energy around you will shift, and with that comes new opportunities, new challenges, and new blessings. You'll no longer be surrounded by those who hold you back or keep you stagnant, but by those who push you toward greatness. This change may feel uncomfortable at first, but it's exactly what you need to step into the next chapter of your life. Increased strength doesn't always look like physical power. It's a deep, unshakable resilience that comes from within. You've been through battles, faced challenges that stretched you beyond what you thought you were capable of. And each time you thought you couldn't handle any more, you found a way to push through. It wasn't always easy, and there were times when you felt weak, when you questioned if you had enough left to keep going. But something within you never gave up. Something in you rose every time you were knocked down. That strength is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, and spiritual, and it's grown in ways you didn't even realize. You've learned to carry burdens that once would have broken you. You faced rejection, disappointment, and heartache, and yet here you are, still standing. Through every trial, you've learned to dig deeper, to tap into a well of strength that you didn't know existed. This strength isn't just about enduring, it's about thriving despite the odds. It's about holding on to your faith even when everything around you is falling apart. You found the courage to keep moving forward, and with each step, you've become more powerful than you ever imagined. Your emotional resilience has grown too. You no longer react to life's hardships the way you once did. You've learned how to respond with wisdom, patience, and grace. You've developed the mental toughness to keep going even when the road gets rocky. And spiritually, you've become rooted. Your connection to God is stronger than ever, and it's this divine strength that fuels you. You've learned to rely on something greater than yourself, and that's given you the strength to face anything with unwavering confidence. Unexplainable favor is when things start working out for you in ways that don't make sense. You've done the work, put in the time, and stayed faithful. But now blessings are flowing into your life with ease. Opportunities are opening up, doors are being unlocked, and you're receiving favor from people and places you never imagined. The best part, it doesn't seem to follow the normal rules. You're not being rewarded based on who you know or how hard you worked in the traditional sense. It's as if something greater is orchestrating these moments in your life. People are showing up to support you when you least expect it. You're being promoted, recognized, and elevated in ways that leave you in awe. You may find yourself in situations where things are happening for you, but the pieces don't seem to fit together logically. It's not about chance. It's divine favor. God is opening doors, creating opportunities, and setting things in motion that you couldn't have planned for yourself, no matter how hard you tried. It's as though everything is aligning in your favor, even when it seems impossible. This kind of favor isn't based on your merit or deservingness. It's a gift, a blessing that can't be explained. People who once overlooked you are now giving you their attention. Opportunities that seemed out of reach are now within your grasp. It's a sign that God is working behind the scenes, preparing you for something bigger than you could have imagined. You can't explain it, but you can feel it. And when this favor shows up, it doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes your entire outlook on life. You realize that with God's favor, the impossible becomes possible. An inner knowing is a deep, quiet certainty that settles in your soul. It's the feeling that you can't shake that whispers to you when everything around you is uncertain, telling you that something amazing is on the way. It's not something you can explain or put into words easily, but it's there, a knowing in your spirit that God is working behind the scenes, preparing something extraordinary for you. In those moments when doubt creeps in and the road ahead seems unclear, this inner knowing is what keeps you grounded. It's the unwavering belief that no matter what the circumstances look like, you are moving in the right direction. This inner knowing doesn't come from external validation or from the opinions of others. It comes from a deep connection with your purpose and your faith. It's the assurance that you are not lost or forgotten, but that every step you take is leading you toward something greater. It's a quiet confidence that things are falling into place even when you can't see the bigger picture just yet. There's a peace that accompanies this knowing, a calm that surpasses any fear or confusion. Even in moments of uncertainty, you trust that you are exactly where you need to be. You can't explain it, and you don't need to. This inner knowing is a gift, a sign that God is guiding you, even when you don't fully understand the path ahead. It's the confidence that no matter how long it takes or what challenges you face, the breakthrough you've been waiting for is already on its way. You may not see it yet, but you feel it in your spirit, and that's enough. So here's the truth. You've been through the storms, and you've come out stronger. Your faith has been tested, your strength has been built, and now you stand at the precipice of something greater. The signs are all around you. Divine timing is working in your favor. New opportunities are opening up. Favor is showing up in unexpected places, and what you thought was lost is being restored better than before. Even in the midst of the chaos, you've found peace, a peace that has carried you through the toughest times. And as your circle shifts, you're being surrounded by people who elevate you, who see the greatness in you and push you toward your destiny. You're walking in a new season, one filled with unexplainable favor and an inner knowing that this is just the beginning. God is not just blessing you, He is elevating you, preparing you for something far beyond what you could have imagined. Every trial, every moment of doubt, and every struggle you've faced has led you to this moment. You are stronger, wiser, and more equipped than you've ever been. So take a moment and look around. The signs are here. Your breakthrough is coming, and it's bigger and better than anything you've ever hoped for. Get ready, because the blessings you've been waiting for are already on their way. The world won't know what hit it when you step into your purpose, your power, and your calling. Trust that everything you've been through has been leading you to this moment of divine elevation. Your time is now.